Hello and welcome back to the FTHcast after a 1-week hiatus. We are on episode 16 and I'm excited.
Oh yeah.
Woo! And we are joined with just one other co-host. I'm, of course, FTHcast, also known as Paul. I probably should have introduced you first, Nathan, but you're Nathan. Say hi, Nathan.
Hello.
Hello. We are missing Kyle this week. Kyle is out of town doing work, selling furniture somewhere. I don't know. But he's not with us, which that's okay. He's not dead. I think. I haven't talked to him. He could be dead. I don't think
That would
he's dead.
suck.
Yep. Okay, so Kyle's not here. I was gonna say something else. Oh yeah, we've changed things a little bit. You probably haven't noticed because the music hasn't changed and the outro is still as horrible. Or I mean, the intro is still as bad as it's always been. But I took the trash out earlier from my trash can underneath my desk, so that's one thing that's different. And we're not talking about just one topic. Before I had this grand idea that we'd talk about specific topics in the video game industry and get in depth on it, and quickly realized we were all too busy to really do research to be smart enough to talk about anything. So we're going to talk about just what we actually usually talk about before and after the show when it comes to video games. Usually, before we record, we sit around and we just talk about stuff, like what's been going on and what we think about things. So that's kind of the new format of the show. And that's kind of the way it started, too, when me and Nathan first kind of thought about doing this. So we're back. We're back to it. And I'm excited about it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. And so one more thing before we get into it. Game of the month. We're still doing the game of the month, even though we've changed everything else. And that's Dead Space. And I'm pretty excited. I'm going to do... I was thinking about live streaming Dead Space and you know, so people could play along or whatever, but nobody watches my live streams. But I've gotten requests to do videos again. I met up with some friends this last weekend when we weren't recording, and they were like, hey, you should do videos again. They're, you know, play some games and do stuff besides just talk about games. So I was like, all right, I can do that.
Go back to our Minecraft.
No, I'm not. Shh, don't say those words. Don't say that one word. We could talk about Minecraft. They have a new update coming up, actually. Never mind. No. But yeah, so I'm going to do a Let's Play of a game that I haven't announced yet. But actually, I could probably say it here, because this video should go up with the first video of that. And so the game is The Last Remnant, which is a really obscure Square Enix game that came out like 4 or 5 years ago that I've partially played on the Xbox, but then sold it and never beat it and really regretted it. So I'm playing it on the PC because it's on the PC for some reason. And it's a really interesting game. You'll see it when you watch the video. It's good. And then I'm going to have kind of like maybe a mid-month kind of my re-impressions of Dead Space since I've played it before so far. And then, of course, we'll have the Dead Space podcast and our continuing normal podcast. So more stuff on the channel, which I think is probably good. Because live streaming is just weird. I don't know. I can't get anybody to watch.
Yeah.
But it's easier because the videos are up there. So you can just go and check out the videos. So, all right. So let's start it off. Let's start off with what you've been playing for the last, I guess, 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks since we've talked. So what have you been playing, Nathan?
Man, I've been so busy. It's been about the same, really. Battlefield, when I get the chance, play online with some buddies. And then I've still been playing Mark of the Ninja, that Xbox Live Arcade game. I beat it, so.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. It's pretty sweet, actually.
Yeah. I've seen... Have they come out with the second one yet? They're doing another one, aren't they?
I haven't heard that. No, the second one's not out.
I think they're in the works for the second one. I know there's like an expansion or like a DLC for the first one. But I think there's supposed to be a second one in the works, but I can't remember.
Sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, those people... And, of course... I've said this 1,000 times, but they did that other game, Shank and Shank 2, which does have a sequel. And they make good side-scrolling beat-em-ups, but that one's a little more stealthy. In Battlefield, you know, the only time I've ever played Battlefield is the beta that they had on the Xbox, which was really just a demo.
Really?
Yep. I don't know. I've never picked it up. I've just never felt the need to pick it up. Even though all my friends play it. Every single one of my friends play it. And I just don't play it.
It was like, I don't know. I was really into it at first, and then like I kind of took a break, and then after like Borderlands 2 kind of died down, and like really got back into it.
Yeah. For some reason, I didn't think your sentence was over.
Sorry, that's cool.
No, I was like, you didn't get into it because no. Or got whatever. I guess what I've been playing. I've been playing. I've been playing a little bit of Smite over the last couple weeks. For the last
What's
week,
that?
have you not seen Smite? Have I not told you about Smite?
No,
It's
I
like
don't think so.
you play as like different gods, right? It's a free to play MOBA, so it's kind of like those League of Legend games or that Awesome Knots game that me and Mitch plays,
Right.
except for it's third person, and you pick a god, and it's like 5v5, and you do like different battles. So it's all like multiplayer battles. There's no like single player anything, unless you like are practicing. And so you can just choose the different gods, and of course, like it's free to play. So if you haven't paid anything, then then there's like a random choosing of gods that you can play. I think each week it stays the same for the whole week, and then you can like earn points from winning, and then you can like buy gods and stuff eventually. So eventually, I mean, you could get every god for free eventually. But what I did is I paid $30, and I've got all the gods that are released plus all the gods that they're like future releases. So basically, I just bought the whole game for $30,
Yeah.
which is really the cheapest way to do it if you plan on buying anything. And they have like skins and stuff that you can pay for, but it's kind of cool. It's not a really invasive like free to play game where they're constantly trying to get you to buy like power. There's no like XP power ups or anything like that, and it's really fun. I like it a lot. When I first saw it, it just looked like crap, and I guess they've gotten some popularity and made some money because they've like constantly updating. They just actually released an update where they made one of their original models for Odin, and they redid it so he looks like cool.
Uh-huh.
Because a lot of the new guys look really cool, and a lot of the old guys look like crap still. Because
Yeah.
they've just been slowly updating everything. But no, that's really fun. And I've been playing Awesome Knots. I actually played last night with Mitch, which was pretty fun. I was really drunk.
Always makes it better.
I tell you though, I didn't play any better. I'm really bad at that game. I was gonna say I played better, but I didn't. I just felt like I was playing better. And Final Fantasy 14: A Realm Reborn released. Was it this Tuesday, or was it last Tuesday? I think it was last Tuesday. I think it's been a week. Is that right?
That sounds right.
Yeah, I think it's been a week. And of course, I don't know. We can talk about that in a second. But they had a lot of problems with the launch, which I barely even noticed, to be quite honest with you. Like, I was able to make my character. Some people, like, bought the game, and they still can't make their character yet because they cut that off, like, right at the beginning. Because there's, like, too many people. Like, which I find really weird because, like, even though I have a character on a server, I can't make a second character. Which I think is really weird because both characters, since they're on my own account, can't be logged in at the same time anyway. So I don't understand why I can't make a second character on that one server. Like, I can understand, like, they won't let me log into other servers, but the server that I'm already on, I feel like I should be able to make a second character. I don't know, it's really weird.
Yeah.
And of course, the servers have been up and down and, like, really restricted, but it's actually, in the first week, they've fixed a lot of the problems that they had, but I don't know. I really like it. It's very, very traditional in the sense of like how it plays as an MMO, and it kind of has the new stuff that a lot of the MMOs have that kind of waters it down and makes it a little bit easier, where like there's like a red spot on the ground where an attack's getting ready to be, so you have to move out of the way. Like World of Warcraft doesn't do that. You have to know where not to stand and when not to stand there.
Yeah.
So it's a little interesting. It's fun. It's lots of fun. It's not perfect, but it's fun for me. I'm thinking about subscribing to it because I could see myself playing it for a long time because I've already played it for a very, very long time.
It's pay to play.
Yeah, it is. It's free right now. I'm about to sneeze, maybe not. So it's gonna have a monthly subscription. I think it's like $12 maybe. It's cool though, cause like, and I don't know if I'm getting any of the benefits, like, cause they had the old game, Final Fantasy 14, the original, and it bombed because it was horrible. And so eventually they went to a monthly subscription despite the fact it being kind of broken. They fixed it up as much as they could, and they went to a monthly subscription, but they did that saying, look, help us out, pay the monthly subscription, we're working on the new game. This is what we got so far, and we'll give you a bunch of cool stuff if you go ahead and subscribe now when the new game comes out. And that's basically what they did, which is cool. It's cool for all those people who did that. I didn't do that, but I had played it, and I had a character, and when I go to create a character, I can load that same character up. Like, I don't get any of the levels or any of the stuff he had, but I get that model that I had before, which I think is kind of cool. It's interesting. It's weird. I don't know why they did that, why they saved that for me. Or maybe it's saved on my computer somehow. I don't know. It's really, really weird. I haven't figured that out, but I thought it was neat. But yeah, I don't know.
Sweet.
It's really random. It's really, really random. The whole game itself is random, and the whole fact that it's so busy is really random. It's just not what anybody expected, but, you know.
Right.
I played the first 2 dungeons today, which took forever. Basically, I just stood in a queue. Like, I queued up for it, and I just waited until the group finally formed, and it took like probably 30 minutes. It took forever. But it's just because the servers are they're just swamped right now. But
yeah,
it'll get better. It'll get better in 2 ways. One, they'll fix a lot of the problems, and 2, people will just stop playing and they'll get out of the way. That's a lot of the problems. Is there's just people who won't be playing in the future who are playing now because it's free.
Yeah.
Or at least there's not a monthly subscription. So I think that's it. I think that's all I've been playing.
Cool.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I've been wanting to play more Xbox, but there's just nothing on the Xbox that I want to play right now.
Nothing other than just like multiplayer games.
Yeah. There's that. I don't know if I told you about Dragon's Dogma. Have I told you about that?
You told me it was awesome.
It is really awesome, but it is really, really hard. And I get to the point in those kind of games where I'm just like, I don't want to play anymore because I keep dying. And that's what I've done with that game.
Put it aside.
Yeah. Which is going to be a lot. That's going to be a large topic when we talk about Dead Space, is the easy mode in Dead Space.
It's a completely different game.
It's easy. It's stupid easy.
Yeah,
it's
you
too
have
easy
to play that game. I don't know. I don't know. Was there 4 difficulties or is it only 3? I can't remember.
There might be 4 after you beat it once or something.
Yeah. Even normal, I think it's hard. Maybe it's not really hard, but it's still freaking terrifying.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you play on hard, oh my God. Like even on normal, you have to conserve, but on hard, it's just ridiculous.
Right. And
the hardest difficulty is stupid. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, you beat it on hard and you unlock like survivor mode or something like that.
Yeah.
And that basically is you get 3 or 4 saves. That's that, and you have to beat the game. Yeah, so
that's
like
crazy.
You're playing like 6-hour segments or whatever.
Yeah.
Or 4-hour segments or something like that because it's a pretty long game.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
But yeah, it makes it extremely difficult.
Yeah, and I've always played those games on easy because I'm a big wuss and I suck at video games. But that easy mode is a joke.
Yeah. Yeah.
Easy mode is a joke. Like you play easy mode in other games and it's still not that easy. Like maybe it's just because it's a newer game. I always compare it to like what is it? Resident Evil. Like the easier modes on Resident Evil weren't easy. I mean, they were easy, but compared to the other ones, but they're not like you could still die, you could still mess up and, do whatever, but I don't know. But that's Dead Space. That's for, I don't know. Gosh, are we like 2 weeks away from that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so, at least. So yeah, we'll talk more about that and we'll talk about it with Kyle. I don't want him to miss out on too much.
No, poor Kyle.
So, what's happened in the last 2 weeks? We know there's been Gamescom and there's been PAX Prime, which, I'll be honest, like, I know that they were, like, live streaming live stuff and all these people. I just didn't watch any of it.
I didn't either. I wasn't as into it as E3. I kept up. I mean, I always check IGN, like, every day almost, just because that's where I get most of my gaming news. So, I kept up with that way, and they released a bunch of cool new footage and stuff. But as far as, like, gaming news, I mean, there really wasn't anything huge other than like PSP got a price drop, and I mean, PS4 announced the release date, but that was pretty much the only big news.
Which lands on a day that I get paid. So thank you.
Oh yeah,
thank you, Sony.
Is that where you're going to be able to get it now?
Well, I think I'm just going to be able to get it in general because
I
just think I am. I think I'm making more money than I thought I was, but. Besides the point, it does land on the day I get paid, and I get paid 3 times in November compared to like 2 times because we get paid every
Yeah.
other week.
Yeah, that's
So
nice.
it just works out kind of perfect. So I'll still have like
Sweet.
Christmas money and stuff, and hopefully money to pay the bills.
Nice.
So yeah, I'm excited. I'm getting Watch Dogs with my PS4, and I'm getting a PS4. That's a big thing.
So has Watch Dogs, did it announce a release date already?
I don't know.
Because I thought they were holding out for next gen.
You know, that's a good question because I know it's coming out on Wii U, 360, and PlayStation 3, and
Yeah.
I just assumed it was releasing when the PlayStation 4 was releasing, but they usually release on a Tuesday,
right.
so I wonder if it's like a week before. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, because I know they're doing like that upgrade program, at least at GameStop, where
You're right.
like, because for me, I don't know, Xbox doesn't come out to the 22nd, and it's kind of bummer for me. Not really that big a deal, but
Yeah.
that's like 3 weeks after Battlefield 4 releases, and I'm like, I've got myself so pumped up for that game. So
Yeah.
I'm probably going to buy it early on 360 and then just upgrade later. But I didn't know about Watch Dogs.
You know, but Call of Duty's doing something really cool, and that's something that was announced. I think at Gamescom, or at least they talked about it, how you can upgrade your game, right, to the PlayStation 4 or the Xbox One, and it'll carry over all your stats and stuff, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah, that is pretty sweet.
And I didn't know if anybody else. Do you know if
I think Battlefield 4 is, at least it's supposed to, but I don't take my word for that. I don't know.
I'm gonna look up this release date for Watch Dogs, if I can spell.
Watch Dogs.
It says November 19th, so
Really?
that doesn't make any sense.
No, because that's after PS4.
Yeah.
That kind of sucks.
Am I supposed to come with the game?
What's I guess? PS4 releases on a Friday. Yeah, that'll be the Tuesday after.
Oh,
That's
jeez.
and the Tuesday before Xbox One. Yeah, that's weird.
I'll have to check my Amazon thing, my pre-order, and see if I'm still getting it.
That doesn't make any sense because there's launch bundles.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I had a launch bundle with Watch Dogs, so am I just gonna get my game or get my console and then get my game when the game releases? I mean, that's fine, but that's just weird.
Way. It should be prepackaged, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. I wonder if I could just downgrade to just the PlayStation then. If they're not in the same case, if they're not in the same box, I should be able to downgrade.
And you can do it all digital. I mean, and just digitally download it to your Xbox. You don't have to worry, or your PS4, and not even have to worry about buying the copy.
That's what I'm saying. If I could, because I pre-ordered it bundled with Watch Dogs, so if I could change that pre-order to just the game or console and not the game, and then just get the game when it releases, and I just say that just because that's going to take $60 off of that pre-order, and it'll save me that much more money when it releases.
Hopefully, you can still get a launch day PS4.
Yeah, I won't change it if I can't just take off the game from what it looks like, but because it's supposed to be, it's supposed to be a release day PS4, and I got an email saying, "Hey, we've updated it. Now it's not December 2013 or whatever.
It's November 15th."
Yeah, so I'll have to double check that. I didn't even think about that. That's weird. Or maybe it comes out 4 days before it does on the other consoles. Maybe.
I don't know.
That'd be awesome. That'd make me the coolest person on the planet.
That would be pretty sweet.
Dude, I can't wait till we all get our new consoles and every single one of them is just a piece of crap that crashes for the first month.
I'd be so disappointed.
They've sold so many pre-orders of all the consoles, and they're thinking about getting more like Xbox One's pre-orders, like day ones for both Europe. I mean, we're talking Europe.
Yeah. Well, they just said they got
America.
Best Buy and Target and them are getting more pre-orders for Xbox.
Yeah. And
I'm like, dang, it's already over. I think both consoles have over 1 million pre-orders.
And there's just that chance that we're going to get them and they're just going to be crap. They're just not going to work because they're new consoles and you have new hands doing. I mean, people are going to grab this thing and they're going to do. I mean, some people are just going to try to hack it immediately. That's the first thing they're going to do is try to hack it.
Yeah.
Especially since they're like, oh, this is basically a dev kit. They're going to be like, okay, I'm going to see what I can do with it. And they're going to, oh, man,
what I might
it could be a big mess.
Because there's going to be a shortage.
Do you not have yours locked in?
Oh yeah, I have 2 Xboxes pre-ordered technically, Uh,
What?
and that's what I planned on canceling one, but then the more I thought about it, I was like, man, there's going to be such a high demand for these.
You're gonna
I
sell
could
one,
probably take one of those and sell it and make my money back
or
on
you could give it to
both
your
Xbox.
friend, and I'll write you an IOU
Just give it to you, okay?
for an extra $100. I'll IOU you an extra $100,
Worth it.
or how about this? I'll IOU you $100.
I don't
Just
think I can
just
front you that.
just $100.
Sounds like a good deal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know, and then of course like the release dates in general, like they, and I was watching, I guess it was that Total Biscuit guy, how they haven't announced one in Japan. Like they haven't announced any. Sony or Xbox have not announced a release date in Japan, which is makes sense for Microsoft, but doesn't make sense at all for Sony.
Yeah. I guess they figure, hey, we own this territory pretty much anyway. We don't really have to rush it, but still, you'd think you'd want to get those out soon.
Yeah. There's a small part of me that thinks that like in their head they're like, we're gonna release it really early in Japan, because that's what normally happens. Usually Japan gets whatever console first, no matter who it is. Like that's just the way it's been in the past.
Yeah.
So in my mind, it's like, well, we've pissed people off so many times now. Like, let's just wait until we get as many pre-orders out as possible, and then we'll tell everybody that Japan's getting them first. Like that honestly would not surprise me. But I don't know. It's really weird. It may. I mean, they might have to wait till next year. I could see. I mean, especially with the Xbox, with all the voice command and stuff in Xbox, and consider Microsoft is not based in Japan, so it's a bunch of, hopefully, I'm assuming, American people and Chinese people building this.
Yeah.
Since Chinese basically makes all the consoles, which still blows my mind. That blows my mind. All the
They make
console,
everything.
yeah, all the console parts and pieces are put together and designed, or not designed, but just like made in Japan. All the chips and stuff. It's crazy.
I'm still curious about Xbox's graphics card because it's a good graphics card, don't get me wrong, but it's not like the best.
Yeah.
You know? They just did like a $3 billion deal with AMD to get exclusivity for that chip. That no one else can have it except for Xbox Ones.
Yeah.
I was just like, man, if you're gonna drop that much money, it better be something amazing.
Yeah, I don't know how that works, because console chips always are. I mean, they're just generally a little bit different than PC chips in one way or another, and then just like the general build of a console, while they say it's PC like in a way, with the way I mean, since they're not running like Windows or Lion or whatever, micro or Apple or what's that company? Apple, whatever they're
Just the biggest tech company in the world.
I don't know, whatever their operating system is, Tiger or whatever,
iOS or whatever.
yeah, whatever their iOS is, and they're running these like new weird gaming console operating system. Everything just kind of is different.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. The Xbox sounds so complicated because it has two operating systems on it. It has the console and the TV operating system on it.
Well,
And then there's like a middle area that like talks, that makes them talk to each other.
PS4 has two operating systems. Or yeah, it has two.
Does it?
I think so.
I don't know. I haven't heard. I just remember that it was like right after they announced the Xbox, they were talking about it, and I was like, man, that just sounds so complicated, and just like if you do not have this perfect, it just feels like it could fall apart.
Yeah.
And they will. They both will. I mean, they just both will. There's no doubt in my mind that at one point in time we're gonna have something significant as like the red ring of death for both these consoles.
Don't say that.
It's just gonna happen. I mean, even the
There's
Wii
gonna
U.
be bugs. Yeah, I agree, and I'm not looking forward to that. I'm just trying to keep positive.
I say that though, and I'm sitting here thinking like the Wii U, it did lock up on me a couple of times, but I don't know what that was about. I feel like that was because it was getting too hot because we had it over the fireplace.
Yeah.
But it, like, the biggest problem with that is it was slow, and nobody knows why it was slow. Like, you'd choose a game, it'd bring up a loading screen, or just bring up like a splash screen for like 30 seconds, and then it would start loading the game. It was so weird. And then so they just cut back on that. Basically, they just kind of trimmed it down a little bit, and so it runs a little. So it's a little bit faster. So,
Yeah.
but other than that, it's a pretty good system. So maybe maybe I'm being just kind of negative about it all. Ugh.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about games, because there's a lot of games that have been shown. Back at PAX Prime and Gamescom, and I think one that kind of took us both by surprise because is that Dragon's Age Inquisition.
Yeah, dude.
That looked so good. Of course, it's on our favorite game engine, which is Frostbite 3. Is that what it is?
Yeah, Frostbite 3.
Oh, and it looks so good. And the combat, they didn't show it, but there's supposed to be like I couldn't find any footage of it. Like, kind of from the original game. The original game is more strategy than it was like action combat. So it's more about like placing your people in the right place and making sure that like you're supposed to kind of pause and go and pause and go.
Yeah.
And the third one's supposed to have a little bit of that, and it's supposed to have like this aerial map you're supposed to be able to like swoop up to and like strategize. But it has kind of some of the action combat from the second one. So I don't know. I'm super excited. And plus, I don't know.
It's huge.
Yeah, it's ginormous.
They said it's like so much bigger than the other ones.
Oh yeah, it's like all the areas in the other ones could fit into like one of the maps, because they still have that like sectioned off like BioWare map. So you like click on one area and you'll like auto walk to that area or whatever.
Yeah.
But those areas are now like really, really big, and that makes me so excited. My favorite thing, like, I'm a huge fan of Dragon Age. Like,
see, like, I've seen you play. I watched you beat the first one.
Yeah.
And then I heard everyone hated the second one. It wasn't that good, but like, I just never got into them, and I don't even know why. But this one maybe it's because it looks so pretty.
It looks good, and it looks like they fixed a lot of the problems.
Yeah, it just looks like it'd be pretty awesome.
Because like the first one, because they're definitely different games. I mean, the first one really does, in my opinion, play a lot like Mass Effect 1 or 2, in the sense of you just kind of travel around, you just do quests. I mean, that's really all it is. The combat's definitely different, but other than that, just the way you navigate the game is pretty BioWare standard. But
yeah,
my favorite part was like doing dungeons and stuff, and like finding riddles and trying to figure that kind of stuff out. Because like the first game was very, very much so inspired from like tabletop games, and that's what like got me like looking into tabletop games. I actually bought a digital version of the Dragon Age tabletop game, and immediately was just like, I don't know what this means. All this is really confusing. But and that's what, like, it was from that because remember I tried to make that board game and that I never finished. Like, that's why I started doing that. It's because of Dragon Age. Like, and that's why I started.
Really?
Yeah, and that's why I bought like that Dungeons and Dragons starter set. It was because of Dragon Age. Like, I love Dragon Age, and I'm super excited. So, I totally lost what I was trying to say. But anyway, so yeah, the first one's, I don't know. I'm hoping in the third one, because the second one's all this stupid story, and you're just stuck in the city, and there's no like really like there's some dungeons and caves, but there's like I think there's like maybe 4 or 5, and you just kind of revisit them a couple times, and it's really dumb. And I just want a bunch of dungeons. I just want dungeons. I just want to go dungeon exploring. That's my favorite thing.
Yeah.
It's my favorite thing in the world. I loved it in World of Warcraft. I loved it in Rift. I loved it in Skyrim. I loved it in any game that had it. It's my favorite thing. And especially like with puzzles and stuff. It can't just be like run through here, fight monsters. It has to be like puzzles and divergent paths and stuff. But
right.
I don't know. And I think they talked a little bit about that. I don't know. Did you see the dragon battle? Did you see the footage with the dragon? Oh,
it looks so cool.
It looks so good.
And did you play Fallout 3 or Far Cry 3?
I didn't. Nope.
Okay. Well, they said that there's like, I don't know, I watched a video on IGN about it, and they were talking about how it has like Far Cry 3 elements, as in like it's open world, correct? And then like you can go around and like take outposts and stuff and capture outposts.
I think what they called it was open worlds. So so it's still, like I was saying, it still has that like open map, or like that map where you'd say, I want to go to this section, or I want to go to this section. Kind of like you did, like you would go from planet to planet in Mass Effect, right? Like that's the way the first Dragon Age was, and that's kind of how the second Dragon Age was, and that's the way the third one is. But each one of those areas is like a big open world game. It's just huge. Each one of those areas is huge.
Yeah.
It has a lot to do. But yeah, that was the other thing. Yeah, you can take keeps, but then there's like, they were talking about how, because BioWare's always had that little bar, and you can say, I'm going to say something good, or I'm going to say something evil, or say something neutral, or whatever, and that was how you were good or bad. But now they're like adding, like, I think the example in the interview that I watched was, like, these people are fighting, and you can choose to join them, or like help them out or not help them out, and that'll affect stuff in the game world, whether you do that or not. And then like, or like your castle will be sieged, or like, because you can build up a base, so your castle will be sieged, but also this village, and you got to choose which one you'd rather save and stuff. Ugh,
It's pretty cool.
I'm excited. Yeah.
Really?
So Dragon Age looks really, really good.
More importantly, though, is where the heck is Fallout 4?
I don't know. I literally thought that earlier. And that's why I put it on our little list of things to talk about, because I was like, and I guess they just, they have to be working on it.
You would, like, I was supposed to say they have to be. It's like their biggest, well, I guess not biggest game, but one of them.
It was their biggest game until Skyrim, because it was definitely more popular than Oblivion or anything else, Morrowind.
Right.
So, oh man, and then New Vegas was huge, and then they came out with Skyrim, and now with Skyrim being so big, people are gonna freaking flip out for Fallout 4.
It's so disappointing.
I was really disappointed, but my assumption is they're pushing Elder Scrolls Online. That's really all they want to talk about. Plus, they also I say that, but they also have Wolfenstein. They're trying to get out, and
Bethesda does Wolfenstein.
Yeah, Bethesda does Wolfenstein, and they're doing
that game is, I don't know. I think it's just getting old now. Wolfenstein.
Actually, I saw some game footage of it. Actually, and there's a Total Biscuit guy, and he said he played it, and he said parts of it really great, but it wasn't like the old school game. It was more like, I don't know. He said the demo just wasn't very good, and he hopes that the rest of the game's not like the demo, because it was very like run and cutscene, and then it was all like very corridor.
It just seems like such a generic shooter, and it's like the same idea. Like, oh, I really want to kill futuristic Nazis more. I mean, I know that's their thing, but I don't know. I'm just looking for something fresh, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I think this will probably be the best one that's been released in a while, but a lot of people really like the one that was released in, I guess it was like 2006-ish. But
I think I actually played that one, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people really like that. It was definitely different compared to a lot of other shooters, but I think this one, I don't know. It's Bethesda or whoever's developing. I think Bethesda's really just publishing it, but
yeah,
we'll see.
You're probably right though. I guess they're wait till Elder Scrolls gets going online, and then maybe
the Evil Within. They're also doing the Evil Within.
Yeah,
they're publishing that game.
Oh, that's one game. Sorry, I got to hit on it. Did you see the Dying Light footage?
I haven't seen that. No.
Oh my god, it looks pretty incredible to me. It looks beautiful, and the footage was pre-alpha.
What is this game?
It's called Dying Light.
Oh yes.
And it's kind of like they're saying it's kind of like Dead Island mixed with Mirror's Edge.
It's made by the people who made Dead Island. It's the same people.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what's kind of interesting about it, because it's kind of like, hey, we made a really crappy game, so let's give you a really awesome zombie game. Like,
because I mean, it really did look similar as far as like they didn't really go a whole lot into it. It's like a 15-minute gameplay footage, but like just like the weapons, on Dead Island, you could like make electrocuted knives and stuff like that. That's kind of what he was battling with. But like the parkour elements were really cool, and the just the game dynamic, how it changes from day to night.
Yeah,
it's actually pretty scary. Like, I would be terrified to be caught out at night.
And they're saying like you don't want to stand there and fight, like,
right, because there's like just mobs.
Right.
It's kind of like Dead Rising 3 footage where there's just like, oh, there's just 200 zombies there.
Yeah, except for you can glue 2 chainsaws to each other and throw them and chop zombies in half in that game, or call in an airstrike.
Yeah, get a motorcycle connected to a steamroller and just run them over.
But see, as soon as I start to think about it, though, I start to think about Dead Island. right? Because
Yeah.
we
And
all
that
got Dead
kind of scares
Island,
me.
and we all like about cried at how bad it was.
Yeah, man.
And this one's supposed to have that same like, oh, your friends can just drop in at any time, and it's it has that cooperative, and you can level up, and you get skills, and there's different trees and stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know. And the only thing that really made me worried is when I saw that electrified knife. I was like, please don't make us another Dead Island. Like,
yeah, I hope not. But yeah, that's my worst fear. Because Dead Island was fun. I thought like gameplay wise, I enjoyed it, but it was just like really repetitive. And what really took me out of it was like some of the cinematics and like the voice acting were just horrendous, like so bad. Like
and
that just took me out of it.
Like the way they did loot and weapons was really weird. Like I appreciated that it was kind of like Diablo, and you just got all these different weapons and you just choose the best one. But it was just very like not. I don't know. I thought that was such a weird part of that game. It made it seem so weird. It took it from like a zombie game to like just an RPG with zombies in it. Like when you start getting loot like that and stats and weird stuff like that. So if they really want to make an immersive, scary game, like they got to kind of take some of that cheekiness out of it. But we'll see. We'll see. I just remember how excited, and the multiplayer was just broken. I remember we would try to do quests and we couldn't figure out what we were doing. Yeah, we didn't know whose game we were on.
The questing was weird because it was like the person whose game you were in, like that's the only time the person like the quests were being completed for. Like
so like
then you go back to your game and it's like, well,
you didn't. All you did was level up.
Yeah, I leveled up, and now my missions are incredibly hard. But yeah, it was weird. But
it was a very, very weird game. And they had man. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm reminiscing.
It's all right. How we doing on time?
We're doing good. We're doing good. I wanted you to quell a rumor for me. I heard that Titanfall, which looks amazing, and I'm excited about it, but I hear it's a timed exclusive, meaning eventually it'll release on other consoles. Is that your impression?
At first, I did not think that. I was thinking, but then again, I watched a video the other day, and some of the guys were talking like, "Oh yeah, it'll be on PS4 eventually," and I was like, "Really?" Like, I just feel like that's a seller for Xbox One, even though it's not Xbox One exclusive. It's on PC, but that's a seller because that game. Because people are talking like, given this maybe just be hopeful, thinking that it will like dethrone Call of Duty as the first-person shooter.
Yeah.
So if you can get that sort of market, like I feel like Xbox would pay them
who's making it?
Money. Respawn Entertainment. It's the same guys that were the head lead designers for Infinity Ward that left after their whole debacle with Activision, and they made their own company.
The only way they're gonna dethrone Call of Duty is if they're on all consoles, though. That's the only way.
You're right, but I don't know how that exclusive gaming works. I don't know if like Xbox pays you extra money to be exclusive to them or what, but like I just feel like they would want to keep that game exclusive to sell their consoles. But
yeah,
you're probably right though. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if it ended up going to PS4 like next year or something like that.
Yeah, Call of Duty is primed to be taken down. Call of Duty is primed to be taken down like this year.
I think it is too.
This could be the last great Call of Duty game. Great in air quotes.
I mean, given it's been the same the past 3-4 years, I think people are finally getting to the point where like, all right, this is getting old. The same thing literally every year.
I think Ghost will sell really well.
Oh yeah,
but
no doubt.
I think people will get Ghost, and they'll be pretty much then they'll play Titanfall, or they'll play Destiny, and they'll play these other
Battlefield 4 and be like, oh yeah. That's what destruction is.
Yeah, it's time to move over. So we'll see though. We'll see.
We can only hope.
Yeah. Or at least it forces Call of Duty to really
just
up its game.
Do something different. Like I mean, they're doing little tweaks.
Build a new engine. Just build a new engine. That's what they need to do. They just need to start over from scratch.
Go ahead and scrap this one.
Yeah. I mean, they've been using it since it's basically the same engine since the first Modern Warfare. Well, it really is.
They said this is new, but it doesn't look good.
It doesn't look new at all. And the fact that they're doing small maps just shows how small they are. At how not forward thinking they are at doing smaller maps when all the other games are going to like open world or like huge maps with huge things going on.
I mean, you can compare that to Frostbite 2 And
Yeah.
I think Frostbite 2 looks better than it does.
Oh yeah, Frostbite 2's a really good engine, but I don't know. But I think we'll call it there. We had a lot of topics on our list. We talked about a lot of things.
Sweet.
I'm liking this. If you're liking this as a listener, then let us know. Tweet us at Free the Hawk. That's me, and at Who I'm Kyle. You can tweet him and tell him he's a loser for not recording or being here with us today, and at Heisenberg56 for Nathan. And let us know what you think. Let us know what you would like us to talk about before, or after we record. And of course, if you're listening to this on iTunes, you can go see us on youtube.com/freethehawk, which is a good place to go, since I'm going to be posting new videos and stuff. And then of course, if you're on YouTube, I just said we're on iTunes, so go check us out on there too. And of course, like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you gotta do to make us happy. And anything else?
I think that's it.
Yeah, game of the month is still Dead Space. It has not changed a month since the beginning of the podcast, so yeah. I'll see y'all next time. Good deal.